back here in Anacoco, where I don't know what the budget was, but they got Chris Stapleton to sing the national anthem here tonight. It was a Super Bowl rendition from a couple of years ago. They are going over the starters here for the Hicks Lady Pirates. Abigail Addison, Cadence Hickman, Katie Grace Quinn, Jade Wilbanks. I believe that was Peyton Fradu first. Yeah, I was going to say, I saw her run out. Number 1, Peyton Fradu. And they are giving us the Lady Indian starters. It's Maddie Stanley.
Sophomore, number 12, Emma Hyatt.
Emma Hyatt. Should be Ava Davis, Riley Drawn, and Emily D'Amico.
Draw, okay.
Just going by the hype man here.
Emily D'Amico.
And
senior, number 15.
those are the 5. So it's going to be Addison, Hickman, Quinn, Wilbanks, Fradu for the Lady Pirates, and for Anacoco, Emily D'Amico, Riley Drawn, Maddie Stanley, Emma Hyatt, Ava Davis. Hicks in the road blacks with the green trim around the neck and the shoulders, green stripe down the side. The numerals are in green with the gold trim. Anacoco in the home whites, purple on the shoulders. A little gradient, ain't that what they call that down the side when it goes in? A gradient, gold and purple. Numerals and lettering in purple, trimmed in gold. Again, pleasure to have you with us. Sean Larken, Derrick Lee, Mike Holt back in studio. Before we get started, for all you baseball fans, congratulations to Andrew Jones, center fielder, arguably the greatest defensive center fielder to ever play the game, finally gets elected into the Hall of Fame today. I'm a Braves fan, so it's been a long time coming.
You know, I'm loving the Hicks road.
Yeah, they're cool. I like them.
Brings out the Baylor. The Baylor green.
It's Quinn and Hyatt in the mid-circle.
We all.
And it'll be Hyatt to Ava Davis going from right to left on your radio dial. Lady Indians control. Maddie Stanley will operate here at the top. Look at that one to Drawn to Hyatt. Hyatt had some space from Quinn, goes right at her and can't get it to go. That one tapped out, stays with the Lady Indians. Katie Grace Quinn gave her a lot of space there, and Hyatt just took her off the dribble and went right at her.
And she was a little slow to coming up.
Yeah, might have landed a little awkwardly. Opening minute here. It'll be drawn to inbound. D'Amico starts, guarded by Hickman, penetrates, kicks it to Stanley. Stanley going around the elbow, penetrates, it kicks out to Drawn. They'll go inside. Hyatt had Quinn pinned deep, fumbled it for a minute. Now it's stolen away. And that one thrown right to Addison. And Abigail will take over for the Lady Pirates' first offensive possession here. And they'll operate here in the half court with Jade Wilbanks. She had a nice game the other night against Elizabeth. Got going early. Here she is taking Hyatt off the dribble. Hyatt blocks it, but the rebound and putback by Quinn is no good. And now Maddie Stanley pulls it down under the basket. So good chance there from Katie Grace Quinn. And back come the Lady Indians. Drawn. Thought about pulling up from the mid-range. She'll get it to Stanley. Her three ball is long. Long rebound. Good job to box out by Addison. Nearly had it poked away by Maddie Stanley. No score about a minute into this one. And Lady Indians come in, ranked 7th in Class B. Addison, free lane to the basket, then had it poked away. Good job by D'Amico to knock it away. Or she might have had a layup there. That would
have been easy layup over.
I was going to say, it looked like she was in warm-ups again. There was nobody in the lane there. Again, this game and then the boys to follow, so it should be fun. Some good games in District 4B tonight. Pitkin is at Fairview. That girls' game should be a banger. Both in the top 3, Pitkin the top team in Class B. That'd be a big win there. Fairview trying to hang on and get that home part of the district schedule, and then they'll meet again at Pitkin. That one out of bounds off the inbound. It'll stay with the Lady Pirates. Wilbanks to trigger it in. And I think that one might have been deflected again.
A little kickball violation.
Yeah. So a little trouble getting it in here with Riley Drawn under the basket there, trying to hassle. They'll get it in this time. Hickman off the dribble, no good. Hyatt with the rebound. Puts it on the deck and has it stolen away. And Fradu goes right at Hyatt and picks up the foul. That's a good job. Look, Fradu, the 7th grader, she wasn't afraid. And she probably wasn't going to make it at all, but you just forced the issue there. Now you're at the free throw line.
Yeah, that was Emma Hyatt pick up her first.
First free throw off the back iron, no good. Still no score. A minute and a half gone here. Perry will have one more. And she goes 1 of 2, and Lady Pirates on the board first. It's 1-0 after the RBI single. Now Maddie Stanley thought about coast to coast, and she'll go back to the basket, get it to Hyatt, try to go down to draw, and that was poked away by Quinn. And Coach West down there in his first year for the Lady Indians, taking over Coach Tim Parker, who retired. Wish Coach Parker well.
But a wild pass by the Lady Indians.
Davis will take a step back three, no good, and a rebound pulled down by Hickman. She had a great game the other night as well. He's pushing the issue. Got caught up. She'll get it to Quinn for 3. That one is short, and long rebound will be tapped out to D'Amico. It's a 2-on-1. We'll see if she leaves it off to Hyatt, and she travels. Good job by Quinn to go straight up and not foul, and that's a turnover. Back to Anacoco, or Hicks it goes. And a great job. Katie Grace Quinn just kind of stuck her hands up, and again, she's a lot taller there. Didn't foul and forced the turnover. So a little sloppy to start for the Lady Indians here. Hicks, again, not as much experience as the Anacoco team. They're trying to hang in here. Hickman drives to the rack, gets sent out the door by Stanley. But what we've seen so far from these smaller guards, they're not afraid. Maddie Stanley, one I really enjoyed watching last year. She would come on and improved as the year went on. Now in the starting lineup, again, just the length to affect the shooters. Now it's going to be Wilbanks. Crossover on Davis. Into the paint. Try to spin out. Davis ties her up. And instead, it's going to be a foul. Thought Ava might have got in there and actually tied the ball up, but the referee thought otherwise. And his call is more important than mine. So that second foul, they'll get it to Quinn on the inbound. She's at the elbow, spinning into Davis, and shoots over and puts it in. Katie Grace Quinn, nice little footwork there. The first field goal of the game, and it's 3-0 Hicks here on the road. Stanley trying to go coast to coast. She puts on the brakes, and Quinn with the help defense almost got the block. Instead, she'll pick up the foul. And that's her first. And one thing, if you notice, Derrick, what Hicks did in that game against Elizabeth, I don't think they're going to be able to do so in this game, is trap there at the half court. I mean, they forced more turnovers, I think, than they allowed points. As Maddie Stanley's free throw is no good. A little bit more experience handling the basketball at the floor for this group.
But, you know, experience not everything when it comes to certain games. It just takes willpower. And
now a scramble for the basketball and the rebound, and that one's going to go out. We'll see who that one touched last. That'll be Hicks basketball. Good hustle there off the miss. Still 3-0. Anacoco misses a pair at the strike. One thing, if you do lack experience, confidence helps because you can just keep going. Now it's Wilbanks, the senior. She goes in and gets blocked there by Hyatt. Rebound, drawn on the outlet pass to Davis. Davis layup is good, and the Lady Indians on the board finally. It's 3-2, but a good job. The defense on the other end by Hyatt. Nice pass up ahead by Riley Drawn, and Davis finishes it off. It's 3-2. Under 5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Brady going to work on D'Amico. They clear out one side. Now she'll go to work to the left. Penetrates in, puts on the brake, spins, and puts it in. And Barry Frady's got 3 here in the early going. It's 5-2 Lady Pirates. Maddie Stanley with it now. She'll go around the screen. Hyatt's got Quinn pinned under the basket there, trying to shoot around her. Flips one up, no good. Again, great defense not to foul there by Katie Grace, and back come the Lady Pirates. Wilbanks has it on the handoff, working on Stanley. She'll pull it back out halfway through the opening quarter here. Hicks has the lead 5-2. Now she kills her dribble. She'll get it to Addison on the handoff. And the layup rims out. Hyatt pulls down the board. They'll get it back to D'Amico. No numbers, though, so she'll let the rest of her teammates get into the back court, or into the front court with her.
And great job by her for her to make her pick up her dribble.
The kick out to Drawn. She's fouled. The shot won't go, but she'll have 3 free throws on the closeout. Addison got her on the flyby. On the penetrate kick, Drawn was set up in that far corner over there to our left. So Drawn to tie it with 3 makes here. First one off to the right, no good. 5-2, 3:48 remaining here in quarter number 1. Draw misses everything there. She'll just step out and reset.
Just take a breather.
Yep. She'll have one more.
You know, third time's a charm.
That usually will happen when you miss long, and then that one off the back iron, no good, but the rebound back out to Stanley, so they'll have another chance at it. Maddie goes to the rack, tries to shoot over the defender, can't get her first one. The rebound tip back is good by Hyatt. Stanley had a couple of shots at it, but the third was a charm. And Emma Hyatt gets her first basket. It's 5-4. Hicks basketball here. 3.5 to play in quarter number 1. Hickman bounces it over to Wilbanks at the elbow. They'll bounce it to Quinn. Quinn, one dribble and puts it in off the window. And Katie Grace Quinn looking pretty confident under the basket there. Her and Emma Hyatt, that ought to be a nice battle here tonight. And Stanley cut off at the elbow. They'll bounce to Hyatt. Good pass in, but a good job knocking away.
And that'll be Hicks basketball.
Last touch. Good hustle there under the basket. I think that was Frady that might have went in there and
Frady
saved it in. Again, a nice entry pass to Hyatt. Was unable to capitalize. Hyatt kind of brought it down below her head.
And that's where you don't want it to be.
Yeah, there's one player on the floor, that can play with her up there. So just keep it above your head, and same for Katie Grace. Once it gets down there with the rest of us normal people, you can start swiping at it. Wilbanks gets her defender into the air, drawn, and then floats it up with the left hand and in. Jade Wilbanks' first basket, and it's 9-4 to start here for the Lady Pirates on the road. Stanley dribbles into a double team. She'll get it to Hyatt. Hyatt shot up no good, and the rebound pulled down by Frady and a tie-up. Maddie Stanley got her hands in there.
And it will stay Hicks basketball.
So we'll flip the arrow next time. But again, they've got Emma Hyatt down. I mean, she's got her defender, whether it's Quinn or someone else, they're pinned right under the basket. So she's getting pretty good position down there. She's just unable to cash in. And good job by the Lady Pirates to kind of swarm her. And now Stanley rips it away, and she'll get it up ahead to Davis. Davis from the left side, and that one no good, but the rebound goes right to D'Amico, no good.
Great hustle by Frady to just hustle down there and just make a
and again,
difficult shot.
Empty trip for Anacoco, as you said it. 3 black jerseys back down the floor. Could have given an easy layup. 3 ball from the wing by Hickman. It's the wire, no good, and back to the Lady Indians it goes. Just in the early going. Again, this is because you got a young group. We said it. They weren't going to stop playing full speed last week. They are getting to loose balls. They're going for rebounds, getting back down the floor a little bit faster than the Lady Indians are. Stanley tried to get it down to Drawn. I thought that one deflected. Instead, it's another turnover by Anacoco.
Just a little too high. She tried to get Frady under the basket.
Yeah, they had a good mismatch there. But again, back to the Lady Pirates. 2 minutes left here in quarter number 1. Wilbanks has it here. They see a little trap. Quinn back to Hickman. Hickman's got a lot of space and gets it poked away by Drawn. Nice defense, or she'd have had an easy layup there.
And Hickman looks like she won a foul, but
yeah, I think that was pretty clean rip there by Drawn. Frady gets it into Quinn, guarded at the three-point line by Hyatt. She'll go to work on her left. Spin, little floater up is down and out, and Hyatt pulls down the rebound. D'Amico trying to push into the front court. They'll get it up ahead to Drawn. She thought about a little step-back 3 there. Instead, Davis flashes in. They'll get it to Drawn now. A little running floater off the back iron. She gets her own rebound. That one blocked.
By Addison.
And then Hyatt's shot is no good. Stanley finally cleans up the loose change. 3 chances at it. Finally, they get it to go. But again, great defense by Addison to get the block on the much taller shooter. 1:20 to play here in the opening quarter. It's 9-6 Lady Pirates. And now a turnover forced. It'll be Anacoco basketball. Stanley will walk it into the front court. Guarded by Frady. Back to the basket. Spins. Nice footwork to shoot through the defender, but no good. Long rebound goes right back out to her. And Ava Davis will control here. She'll skip it over to the corner. Drawn. Little jab step. She goes into the paint. Has it knocked away. She'll get it to Hyatt. Hyatt kicks it out. Stanley for 3. And that one too long off the back iron. Hickman gets the rebound. He's got numbers. She'll get it to Wilbanks. Wilbanks goes 2-on-1.
That's an offensive foul.
Yep, good call there by the ref. Staring right at it. think Wilbanks got caught between maybe leaving it off for a teammate over there on the left side of the basket and just going straight up. She shuffled into the offensive foul call, and that's her first. 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Anacoco could tie it with a 3 here, down 9-6. Instead, Stanley's shot. She's fouled at the free throw line, so she'll have 2.
And that's Addison's second.
We saw Addison block one of those earlier, but that time unable to get the basketball. Too much arm and body on the foul, so Stanley has a couple of free throws here. And I don't think Anacoco's hit one yet.
And Thacker's going to check in for Addison, give her a little breather.
Brooklyn Thacker checks in. Stanley's second free throw is good. And Maddie's got 3 points here in the opening quarter. Back come the Lady Pirates. That one deflected to Fredu. She's doubled, and a foul. Too much body there. And I believe they're going to get Maddie Stanley with the foul. It's her first. Sometimes the smaller player is the quicker player there, and that was the product of that there. They'll get it back up top. Now Wilbanks on the dribble handoff. Will pull D'Amico out. Here comes the screen from Quinn. She ignores it, backs up into the paint. Now, 13 seconds left here in the quarter. They'll go to work. Fredu dribbles in, kicks it back out to Thacker. 5 seconds. Wilbanks with it. The runner goes up between the triple team. It's blocked. And D'Amico looks at the clock. And I guess I didn't hear the horn, so that is the end of the quarter as the whistle sounds. So I was waiting on the buzzer, Derrick. After one, it's Hicks 9, Anacoco 7. It's the road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
April breeze, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be
Ready the refund.
limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Lady Indians start us off here in quarter number 2 with the basketball. Emma Hyatt off the back of the iron and in. The assist from Ava Davis. Emma Hyatt now with 4 points here in the early going. Again, 9-7 there in that first quarter in favor of the Lady Pirates. Anacoco ties it up there with the opening basket here in quarter number 2. Addison on the little cut to the basket. She'll pull up from the mid-range and knock it down. Addison a couple of fouls there in the first quarter, but her first basket there, and Lady Pirates retake the lead. Stanley just taking Fredu to the rack. But a good job there by Perry not to foul and force the miss.
And a wild pass by Addison.
And now the turnover, but right back to Hyatt it goes. And Drawn goes up, and that's Addison's third. So there's going to be something to monitor there as Drawn just kind of forcing the issue. So we'll see. As it looks like Thacker down at the scores table will check in. So we'll see how long Abby sits. And Riley gets that one to go. Her first make from the stripe. And gets the home roll on the second. So after a few misses on the prior trip, she gets both there, and we're tied at 11 here in the early part of the second. Wilbanks steps into a 3. That one off the back iron, no good. And D'Amico skies up for it, gets to Emma Hyatt. It goes off of Drawn's hands into Wilbanks' hands, and she'll pull it back out. And reset here for the Lady Pirates. Nobody picks her up, so she'll step into a three. That one too long. And Anacoco dodges the bullet. Then it's stolen away by Hickman, and then the foul by D'Amico. Somebody came up to pick up the shooter, Wilbanks, and
You guys should try again.
yeah, just step into another one. And D'Amico, after the turnover, picks up the foul as Hickman just went in there and stole it away. So it'll be Thacker to trigger it in. Jade out here near us on the wing. A few feet behind the arc. Now Fredo will line up a three from the top. That one off to the right, no good. Hyatt pulls down the board. D'Amico with it. And now Maddie Stanley tied at 11 apiece. Minute and a half gone here at quarter number 2. They'll get it down to Hyatt. Everything but the finish there. She misses that one. Quinn with the rebound. Back to Hickman it goes. Cadence trying to go coast to coast. Little scoop shot, layup, no good. Wilbanks follows with the rebound and goes up in this foul. Good hustle there from Jade. And she has earned herself a couple of free throws. Ava Davis picks up her second foul. Again, that's just one of the players coming in from the three-point line, crashing the boards there. Nobody put a body on Wilbanks, and she's at the free throw line. And that went off the backboard and in. After it
That's a lucky
hits
bounce.
the back iron. Yeah, usually you get those at home. So Wilbanks uses every bit of the rim and backboard there, and she'll have one more free throw as Hicks retakes the lead. And that one a little bit smoother on the release.
A little toilet bowl roll.
Yep, spins around the rim. 13 of 11, Lady Pirates lead it. 2 minutes gone here in quarter number 2. The floater by Stanley, no good. D'Amico right there to put it off the window, a little too strong, and Quinn gets the rebound. That one poked away by Drawn, so we'll stay with Hicks. I think D'Amico was kind of maybe anticipating somebody being under the rim. Is why she put it back so strong, just kind of take the contact. So Hicks dodges a bullet there, and they have the basketball with a 2-point lead. Hickman over to Wilbanks. He'll go to work, go around a little screen there from Quinn. And now Hickman with it on the attack. High off the window with the left hand, no good. And Riley Drawn pulls it down for Anacoco into the front court to Davis. Davis cut off on the baseline, and D'Amico has to save that one from going out. And then she's fouled by Hickman at midcourt.
That is Dixon's first.
Drawn gets it to Stanley on the block. She's trying to shoot through the defender, and that one rests on the back iron and falls out. That one hung up there for an eternity. Back comes Lady Pirates. They'll throw it nearly into the locker room over there. It's just out of the reach of Thacker. So a little sloppy at times here for both teams. It's Hicks with a 13-11 lead. Stanley with it now. Still with it, working on Fredo, trying to shoot over. She can't. She'll get it to Drawn at the free throw line. Her jumper is too strong. And it's Perry with the rebound, and she gets it out to Wilbanks. Nearly halfway through quarter number 2. Wilbanks protects the basketball, goes through the contact, and hits it in. Nice finish there from Jade as she
learned from her mistake earlier.
yeah. She's got a sidestepped Ava under the basket. Ava was ready to take her second charge. Drawn back on the other end for 3. That one too strong. Wilbanks with the rebound. Still with it, trying to go coast to coast. She'll shoot over Davis, no good. And the rebound by Maddie Stanley. 15-11, Lady Pirates lead. Stanley trying to go all the way, and she puts it off the window with the right-handed in. Maddie's got 5. She leads Anacoco in scoring here, and it's a 2-point lead for Hicks, 15-13 with 4:10 to play in the half. Skip pass over to Fredo just inside the three-point line. Her shot is good. And Perry, I don't think anybody was within 10 feet of her. She just stepped into that just like she was in shoot-around. Drawn back on the other end. She'll dribble and hand it off to Stanley. Stanley with the handoff back to Drawn. No good. And that's going to be a foul, as swiping down there was Quinn trying to knock the rebound away. That's her second. And now Sari Procell will check in. And she'll check in for Riley Drawn.
Chloe Duce is going to check in.
Duce for Quinn. Pulling a couple A couple of baskets the other day. She finished with 4 points at Elizabeth game. On the inbound, they get it to D'Amico. Get it over to Purcell. Back up top to Stanley. Her three from the top of the key. That one off to the right, no good. Rebound tapped around, and Wilbanks controls. And Jay will slowly walk it into the front court. 3.5 minutes to play in the half. Hicks by 4, 17-13. Hickman with it now. She'll swing it over to the corner. And Fredu again, a little step inside the three-point line, no good. But the rebound, Karam's back out to her. And she is hacked under the basket. It's either Davis or Hyatt. We'll see.
My money's on Hyatt.
And it's Davis coming through, and that's Ava's third. So foul starting to pile up here for the Lady Indians.
And it looks like she's good play her for the rest of the quarter. But you can also give her a breather.
It's going to be Kylie Kaye, who is down at the scores table. She may be in for the remainder of the quarter. Fredu's free throw is good. And Perry's got 6 here in the ball game. So Kaye will check in, and Davis with 3 fouls. Addison with 3 fouls for Hicks. And Fredu misses the second, rebounded by Hyatt. 18-13, Hicks leads. They'll skip it up ahead to Purcell. Purcell with Wilbanks on her. They get it to Hyatt at the free throw line, out to Kaye. She'll take a 3. That one's strong off the backboard, and the race to it is won by Fredu. And she skips it up ahead to Thacker. Thacker extra pass to Duce. She's fouled. She can't finish, but a good job by Hicks to get it to the open shooter.
Just like a little simple 3-man weave.
That's it. Just a little bit more hectic. That's Kaye's first foul. Duce will head to the free throw line. And the first free throw is in for Cortland. 19-13, Hicks leads now with 2:58 to play in the half. That one short and off to the right, but I thought that was going to be last touch by Stanley there, but it'll be Hicks basketball.
Actually, it'll be.
Or Anacoco basketball, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, last touch. That was last touch by Anacoco, so it'll be Hicks basketball. I was going to say, good job by the refs to get together.
Duce go come out.
So Quinn back in. But, yeah, good job. I think Stanley touched that one last, and the referees get together and fix that. And on the inbound, good job by Purcell to knock it away. A little trouble with the inbound. We've seen that a couple of times here. Anacoco putting pressure on the basketball. That time there was none. D'Amico comes up to guard now, and Thacker trying to get it in. And Purcell this time keeps it inbounds. And we'll get a timeout as good job there by Purcell to force the turnover, get the timeout. 2:55 to play in the half. Hicks leads by 6. It's the road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Answer the call. Become an EMT in 12 weeks. Acadian Ambulance and the National EMS Academy are looking for dedicated people just like you to join their upcoming EMT class. With convenient hybrid training, you can become a certified medic and start saving lives. EMT positions are open right here in central Louisiana and across our 4-state service area. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. Seats are limited, so don't wait. Visit becomeamedic.com to get started. That's becomeamedic.com.
2:55 to play in the first half. Lady Pirates have led from the jump. They lead at 19-13 over Anacoco. A good job to force the turnover there before the timeout by Sari Purcell. And now Maddie Stanley works into the front court. She sees a trap over into the corner. She'll get it to D'Amico and a foul. I think that's Thacker.
And that will be her first.
First foul. It'll be D'Amico to trigger it in from the far side over there. Hyatt gets it at the three-point line. Going to work on Duce, who's back in. On the cut, goes to the hands of D'Amico and stolen away by Fredu. She is working into the front court. Kaye guards her. Get it back out to Hickman. Hickman will pull it back and reset here with 2.5 to play in the half. It can lead it by 6, 19-13. Hickman kills her dribble at the elbow. Still trying to get out of there. D'Amico nearly ties her up and makes her give it away. Thacker back to Wilbanks over here into the near corner. Guarded by Stanley. Jade, nice spin into the post. Barely kept her pivot. Gets it to Duce now back to Wilbanks on the handoff. 2 minutes to play in the half. Good defensive sequence there from the Lady Indians. Wilbanks goes back to work at the elbow. Good job on the cut. Yeah, great cut. Everything but the finish from Cadence Hickman. But then right back on defense, she knocks it away. Yeah, that was a great cut. And a good find. But again, a quick memory, she was able to get right back on defense. And a couple of subs, Drawn and Davis back in for Kaye and Purcell. Remember, Avis got 3 fouls. Doesn't want to pick up her 4th here. Drawn with it. And she'll dribble it in. Nobody picked her up yet. Now Wilbanks gives her a little space. Skip pass over to Stanley and off the window and rolls out. Hyatt, offensive putback is in. And Hyatt, 4 points here in the quarter, 6 for the ball game. But a good cut there by Stanley to get it going. This rim on the left side of us has been unkind to Anacoco so far. They've had a couple rim outs. They trail by 4.
Ooh, that's a hard foul.
Yeah, offensive foul by Duce. Stanley hits the deck, and that is Cortland's first. So 1:22 to play in the half. It'll be back to Anacoco here as they try to cut into the deficit. Stanley into the front court. Skip pass over to Drawn. She's open. She'll get it down to Hyatt, who's got her defender pinned deep. Spins through the contact and shot up no good. She gets the rebound and then a tie-up. Good job by Wilbanks to get a hand in there. I think
it'll be Hicks' ball.
Yep, possession arrow back to the Lady Pirates. So an empty trip there. Again, Hyatt's got great position down there. She's right under the basket. Just hadn't been able to finish a few of those. It's still a 4-point lead for the Lady Pirates. Here as we come to a minute left in the half. Hickman directs traffic. It's to Wilbanks. Guarded here by D'Amico out near the midcourt logo. Lady Pirates have led since the jump. Trying to close out the quarter here. 49 seconds to play. Into the corner it goes. Back up to Wilbanks. Catch and shoot 3 from the top is good. Jade Wilbanks with 7 in the quarter, 9 for the game, and the Lady Pirates lead it by 7. Davis penetrates in, shoots over the defender high off the window, and gets it to go. Ava, her first points of the quarter. It's a 5-point lead. Lady Pirates with it with 25 seconds to play in the half. Hickman.
And no shot clock in high school, so you can just take the last shot if you really wanted to.
Could be the last shot of the half. We'll see. Hickman gets it over to Wilbanks. Wilbanks goes to work, penetrates in. She's fouled and count the basket. She'll head to the free throw line to convert the N1. Foul on D'Amico, her second. Wilbanks started to take over here in the quarter. She's got 9 into double figures, and Duce will check in,
and
as will Maddie Allen. So Allen's first bit of run here. Thacker out and Katie Grace Quinn out. 24-17. At the moment. And Wilbanks in and out on the free throw, but they'll have another chance as Drawn touched it last, trying to get the rebound.
With 6 seconds left.
A chance to double up here. Purcell in. And it will be
Drawn coming out.
It's going to be Hickman to trigger it in with 6.7 in the half. Hicks trying to add on here. They'll get it to Wilbanks. Wilbanks catches.
5 seconds.
3 seconds. She'll get it to Fredu. Fredu doesn't see the clock. Wilbanks does, and she's fouled at the buzzer.
Let's see if they go.
Yeah.
That would be a
3 free throws for Wilbanks. And D'Amico fouls her. So hold on. We'll add here to this total potentially at the half.
Everybody was going to go back to the bench.
Yeah. Again, right as the horn was sounding.
Okay, I guess he goes make everybody go.
Yeah, everybody could go because there's no more time left. So it'll just be Wilbanks at the free throw line with everybody in the gym watching.
And I know it's
got to be awkward. First free throw is no good. Yeah, because, sometimes you go through the high five routine. There's nobody there.
I've seen some who do this.
Still
go through the initiation.
The high five, and Wilbanks misses both. She's frustrated. And she takes a step back. Again, a great second quarter here for Jade as She's going to have one more to try to add on to this 7-point lead. And she gets that one to go off the back iron. It wasn't pretty, but it gets the job done. And
She went with 12.
her 10th point of the quarter, 12 for the half, and a 25-17 lead for the Lady Pirates at the break. As both teams head to the locker room, we will take a break, tally up the inventory, come back, tell you all about it again. Lady Pirates have led from the jump. They take a 25-17 lead into the locker room over Anacoco. It's the road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Where can you find gas, groceries, hardware, and feed? Anacoco Mercantile. That's where. Hungry for some delicious home cooking? Grab a fabulous plate lunch served Monday through Friday. Call today to see what's on the menu. 337-238-0611. Or grab a tasty Hunts Brothers pizza. Anacoco Mercantile is a proud supporter of Anacoco High School Athletics. Come visit them at 1678 Front Street, Anacoco. Go Indians!
Great food, great drinks, and a great time? You're sure to find all that and maybe more at Double D Steakhouse in DeRidder. Open daily at 11 a.m. They are ready to serve you juicy burgers, delicious chicken dishes, and cut daily certified Angus beef steaks, all cooked over a mesquite grill. Compliment your entree with a loaded baked potato, some steamed veggies, or any of their many side selections. Watch your favorite sports teams on one of their mini TVs while enjoying an ice-cold draft beer or one of their many popular drink specials. Double D Steakhouse, located on Highway 171 in DeRidder, for great food, great drinks, and a great time.
Hello, this is Sheriff Sam Kraft. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting and serving all citizens of Vernon Parish. Senior citizens need our protection and our watchful eyes. Adult taxpayers deserve law and order, and our youth need encouragement and support in order to succeed. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office will continue to work with area law enforcement agencies to provide a safe and wholesome environment for all of our families. We are proud to serve Vernon Parish and to call it home.
Healthcare is so important. That's why choosing the right pharmacy is just as important as seeing the right doctor. You want someone who treats you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way Pharmacy right here in Leesville is just that place. Thrifty Way Pharmacy is locally owned and operated by a caring and knowledgeable staff that will treat you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way cares for our community. Come home. Come to Thrifty Way Pharmacy. Thrifty Way Health Mart, caring for you and about you. Thrifty Way, your hometown choice.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lula Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Dale Peterson, pharmacist, and the staff at Rosepine Family Pharmacy are proud supporters of the Road to the Championships. Rosepine Family Pharmacy knows that the combination of academics and athletics help young people become well-adjusted citizens. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call 337-462-0177. Serving the community since 1985, choose your hometown pharmacy to fill your prescription needs.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Please, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be...
Limited time offer.
new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Answer the call. Become an EMT in 12 weeks. Acadian Ambulance and the National EMS Academy are looking for dedicated people just like you to join their upcoming EMT class. With convenient hybrid training, you can become a certified medic and start saving lives. EMT positions are open right here in central Louisiana and across our 4-state service area. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. Seats are limited, so don't wait. Visit becomeamedic.com to get started. That's becomeamedic.com.
Where can you find gas, groceries, hardware, and feed? Anacoco Mercantile. That's where. Hungry for some delicious home cooking? Grab a fabulous plate lunch served Monday through Friday. Call today to see what's on the menu. 337-238-0611. Or grab a tasty Hunts Brothers pizza. Anacoco Mercantile is a proud supporter of Anacoco High School Athletics. Come visit them at 1678 Front Street, Anacoco. Go Indians!
Back here at halftime where the Lady Pirates lead Anacoco 25-17 at the break. Again, they have led from the jump. Pretty impressive start for the Lady Pirates coming in on the road here against the district rival, taking a lead into the locker room. And that was partially to great defense and hustle, kind of getting back, diving for loose balls, fighting for the possession arrow and stopping some transition baskets. Again, Jade Wilbanks, senior, coming in here, 10 points in quarter number 2, 12 for the ballgame. So she really started to heat up there in the second quarter, led the way. And the Lady Pirates, after one, led 9-7. They win the second quarter 16-10, and that has them out in front by 8. And look, Anacoco dodged a bullet there at the end of the half as Wilbanks tried to heave one up as the clock was going down, saw the buzzer getting ready to sound, and she was fouled. And she only went 1 of 3, so it could have been a lot worse, but still a 8-point lead into the half for the Lady Pirates. And again, it's Wilbanks leading all scorers with 12. Perry Fredu's had a nice first half. She had 6 points there in the first 2 quarters. Katie Grace Quinn with 4. Abby Addison with 2, and Cortland Ducey went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. As for Lady Indians, Emma Hyatt with 6 points, Maddie Stanley with 5, Ava Davis with 4, and Riley Drawn with 2. The fouls situation, Abby Addison picked up a couple early there in the first quarter. She finishes the half with 3, and Ava Davis and Emily D'Amico with 3 apiece for Anacoco. So that's something to monitor there. 2 of the 5 starters with 3 fouls. Stanley, Hyatt, and Kaye 1 apiece. Katie Grace Quinn with 2, Hickman, Wilbanks, and Ducey with 1. Thacker as well with 1 foul. So, again, Derrick, there wasn't a whole lot of flow to the first half. I think that kind of favored Hicks as we saw him last week. It just kind of frantic all across the board, just scrambling on defense, forcing turnovers. I think that young group, they're just wide open. They don't really need structure. Obviously, you want to have structure, but they're cool with kind of just making it chaotic and getting what you can. Obviously, on the offensive ends where you want to be a little bit more organized, but that's why you got the senior pouring in 12 points there in the first half in Wilbanks. And then for Anacoco, I mean, we talked about it in the first half. They've had some chances under the basket, some easy looks, just hadn't been able to finish. Even offensive putbacks haven't gone. So, again, they're right back in this, and I expect them to maybe try to, that course correct a little bit on the other end to see what happens. But look, you just can't let teams, younger teams or whatever, hang around because they get some confidence going. And look, I mean, Hicks has shown since the break here that they're in this one for the long haul. Like they came in and set the tone, and I think that wasn't in scoring. I think it was just on hustle and defense and rebounding. They've been scrambling around a little bit more than Anacoco has. So, look, I think if you're Hicks, you just do the same thing you did, kind of clean it up on offense. And if you're Anacoco, you just got to finish at the rim. Because, again, they've got the ball down to Emma Hyde a few times. She's got 6 points. She could easily have 12, 14.
She just got to be able to finish her putback. And mostly everybody on Anacoco just have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Just calm down. Just take a breather. Hopefully this half will get them refocused. Because they only had 10 points in that second quarter.
Yeah, and look, we said it. Hyatt could have had maybe a couple more baskets. Yeah. We've seen D'Amico have a couple of chances at the rim. They just, some of them halfway down and out. So if you're, if you're Anacoco, you just hope it course corrects down on this end to our right now that you flip sides. And if you're Hicks, you're fine with him putting back, missing again. You just look, as long as they don't outscore you by 10 in the second half, you're going to win the game. So
you just got to stay out of foul trouble because Addison already has 3, Quinn already has 2, everybody else has 1. Thacker, Ducey, Wilbanks, and Hickman. But they haven't really been scared to go at the basket, even though they have Hyatt.
Yeah, we've seen them try to get up and block some shots. So we'll see what happens here as we get ready to start the second half. And again, it's a 25-17 lead for the Lady Pirates. And again, after this game concludes, we'll have a top 5 matchup in Class B in the boys game. Looking forward to that one. Still a whole half to sort out here as Anacoco will start with Briley Goins checking into the game. She got it over to the corner, and I said, wait a minute. And instant offense is going, checks in and knocks down a 3. So we'll see what Coach West maybe has in store going off the bench and finding some offense here.
And that's one thing I like about this Anacoco team. This bench is very deep.
Yeah, there's a lot of players he could go to. Obviously, if you don't have to.
Foul trouble.
Yeah, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Now, and a good job by Hyatt as Quinn was going up on the spin move, and Hyatt blocks her at the summit, and now Stanley with it. So a little bit more energy coming out of the locker room here for the Lady Indians. Stanley into the front court. She'll get it to Davis on the cut. Davis back to the basket on Hickman. A little scoop shot. That one might have been blocked by Katie Grace Quinn. Stanley tried to save it. And I think it went out before Stanley tried to dive and save it. So it'll stay with Anacoco. It was last touch by Hicks.
And the defense kept napping.
Goins in the corner trying to get another one. That one halfway down and out. And now a little open field tackle on Fredu as she'll pick up the foul. But, hey, you get 5 of them.
That's her first.
Working hard down there trying to poke the ball away. And it'll be Caden Hickman with the basketball here. A minute gone in the third quarter. 5-point lead for Hicks, 25-20. Hickman going to work on Stanley. Little step back just inside the three-point line. That one a little too strong. Hyatt taps the rebound to herself, and into the hands of D'Amico it goes. Quickly into the front court. Ricochets off of Goins' hand. She gets it. Oh, she had some space. I would have probably put that one up. Instead, she'll get it back to Davis. Ava dribbles in. Now Goins gets it on the handoff. 3-ball from the wing is off. Rebound to Stanley. Put back is no good off the back iron, and Quinn has it, and she's tied up by D'Amico and Hyatt. But again, instant offense there from Goins. She come in, and she wasn't.
And that would be D'Amico's fourth. Well, third, I mean.
I got her with 4.
You got her with 4? Oh, okay.
Picked up the one right before the half.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, that will prove costly as now she's going to have to sit for a while. Addison out as well. Thacker in. So the 5 are Hickman, Fredu, Thacker, Wilbanks, and Katie Grace Quinn. Hickman goes to work over on the right side.
I'm going to have the ball poked away.
Big defense by Stanley. Makes her give it up. Now Wilbanks to the rack. And that is another block there from Hyatt, but the rebound right back to the Lady Pirates. Katie Grace Quinn going to the rack. She's sent back by Hyatt. Goes up with it again and finishes through this time. Good effort by Quinn to stay with the play and finish on the second opportunity. 27-20, Hicks leads. Stanley, the floater in the lane, no good. Goes back up with it, and it's fouled by Katie Grace Quinn. Wilbanks hit the deck down there under the basket.
Trying to take a charge, and
should be Katie Grace's third, I believe.
I got her at 13.
Addison will check back in. Maddie Stanley at the free throw line.
And Addison had to sit most of that second quarter with 3 fouls.
And Stanley gets the free throw to go. Maddie with 5 points in the first half. (27-21). And another free throw coming from Maddie Stanley. And she knocks both down. 5-point lead again for the Lady Pirates. Hickman gets it into the front court, starts to direct some traffic here. She'll get it to Wilbanks, top of the key. Zips it into Quinn. Nice pass, and Katie Grace off the window and in. It's a good.
There's a pick and roll action.
Yeah, good pass there by Wilbanks. Goins catch and shoot 3. That one off the front iron, no good. But again, she's open. Might as well shoot him. And the rebound by Hicks. Aiden Hickman looks at the bench for instruction.
And Wilbanks is going to have to start closing out on that because she only has hit 1 in this quarter.
Yeah, hit 1 as soon as she came in. She's missed the next couple, but again, still plenty of space. Brady with it on the wing. Hickman flashes through the paint. And now Wilbanks gets it, looks at the bench, and starts to dial up some instructions here. Wilbanks 12 points in the first half. 10 in the second quarter. Going to work on Ava Davis. Davis has 3 fouls. Good job by Davis not to foul there. Make her give it up. Hickman on Stanley. She goes to the rack. Protects the basketball. Hook shot no good. And the rebound by Riley Drawn. 29-22. Hicks leads. And now Stanley with it. Stanley penetrates. Ticks. Goins. Extra pass. Drawn's 3 from the wing. That one off the back iron too strong. Tapped out to Goins. Good effort by Drawn to keep it alive. She'll penetrate in. Kick it out to Stanley. Stanley shot over the defender. And that one off of everything and out. Rebound by Stanley again. Her putback is no good. She gets it again. She's fouled. And finally, she'll go to the free throw line. Again, 4 chances at it there.
And that'll be Wilbanks second.
And Jade Wilbanks, again, everybody down there probably could have got one. It was take your pick as everybody fighting for that rebound. Stanley's free throw is off the back iron too strong. Sherry Procell checks in for Goins. Goins 3 points off the bench. Stanley will have another free throw attempt. And Maddie gets it to go. She's 3 of 4 here from the stripe in the quarter. She's got 3 of the 6 in the quarter for the Lady Indians, who now trail by 6. And it's Hayden Hickman into the front court. Halfway through the third quarter. Katie Grace Quinn over on the far side catches it. Now back to Cadence. Wilbanks with it guarded by Ava Davis. Both players wear number 15. Katie Grace Quinn pinned her defender deep into the paint and travel. Yeah, good call as Quinn shuffled her feet down there trying to create some space. Good job not to foul by Hyatt. Drawn gets it to Davis, who then gets it back and crosses half court. She'll go to work on Fredu. They'll bounce it down to Hyatt, back to the basket. Hyatt, turnaround jumper no good. Procell gets the offensive rebound. Her putback is no good. And the rebound by Hickman. And she dribbles out of trouble. 3.5 to play in the third. Hicks still hanging on to a 6-point lead here. She'll bounce it to Wilbanks on the wing. She'll get it over into the corner to Addison. Addison directs some traffic, trying to create some space. She'll go through a screen by Quinn. Give it off over into the corner. Hickman pulls it back out at the top, and looks like they'll reset with 3:05 to play in the third. Wilbanks with it now on the handoff. He's calling for a screen, now ignores it. Dribbles in, spins on Davis, puts up a shot, and gets the shooter's roll to go. Wilbanks with 14 in the ball game now. It's an 8-point lead, 31-23. Back come the Lady Indians. They'll get it to Stanley. Maddie going down to Hyatt, and that one's going to be stolen away by Quinn.
Just strong arming it from Hyatt.
That was a pretty good job to fend off Hyatt and just get the steal with one hand. 8-point lead for the Lady Pirates. They could add to it here on this possession. Wilbanks with it. Goes around a screen from Quinn. Nice job to pop out by Hyatt, but now they'll have the mismatch down there if they want it as Quinn starts to work her way to the basket. She gets it, catches it at the block, and she's fouled. Good job there to roll off of the screen, and Katie Grace will have her a couple of free throws. That's Procell's first. And again, they got the switch on the mismatch and went right to it.
14 on 14.
It's like Duce headed to the table. And Quinn's first free throw is pure. She's got 5 here in the quarter. Thacker in, Addison out. And that one short. Hyatt gets the rebound. 32-23. Lady Pirates lead. Ava Davis into the front court all the way to the basket. Has it roll out, but she's fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. And Ava just forcing the issue there. That's on Fredu, her first. So Ava able to get downhill there. And her first free throw is too strong, no good. Addison checks in for Thacker, and so the 5 on the floor. I believe that's your original 5 for the Lady Pirates. Ava goes 1 of 2. 5 points on the evening. And it's an 8-point lead for Hicks now. Got to get some stops on this end if you're Anacoco.
Oh, and just a little high over Prater's head.
Yeah, unforced error there. You'll take it if you're the Lady Indians, and back it goes to Anacoco. Yeah, just a little too much mustard on that one. Brady, not quite the size of Calvin Johnson.
No.
Unable to get that one. Stanley with it. 2 minutes to play in the third. They'll kick it out into the corner. Procell for 3. It's good. That was a big basket there. Sari Procell's first of the game, and it was a big one. It cuts the lead to 32-27. Here comes some pressure at midcourt. Wilbanks with it. Sees 3 white jerseys. She'll get it to Fredu. Fredu pulls it back out smartly. Back to Wilbanks. 90 seconds to play in the quarter. Hicks has led from the jump.
And with no shot clock, they can really just hold the ball until
just kind
they
of
have a reason to press.
Yeah, until you'll see Purcell start to slowly walk up and start the count. And now the count started, and Hickman goes into the offense. Wilbanks around the screen. And it's, again, just dribbling it at the top here. And now Wilbanks goes to work. A lot of contact under there. Makes Jade give it up. Good defense by Purcell. And now Hickman with the basketball. Under a minute to play in the quarter. Everybody's starting to kind of direct some traffic. And now Ava comes out to guard Wilbanks. They'll kick it out. Thacker for 3. That one's too strong. Off of Duce trying to get the rebound. And back to Anacoco it goes. 38 and a half seconds to play in the third quarter. Anacoco can draw a little bit closer here. They're trailed by 5. Stanley gets it over to Purcell. Hyatt trying to call for it there. They'll skip it over to the far corner. Drawn gets it. She cuts into the basket. She's got some room. Good no call there. She went right through the contact, and Wilbanks had it, and now it is going to be, I believe, a jump ball. And no, they'll call the foul on Purcell.
I mean, she did come in there like a...
Yeah, came in late, just dove over the top. And at some point, I think you got to kind of protect the player. She did tie the basketball up, though. Just her second foul, so no immediate worry there. Wilbanks with it at half court. Now back to Hickman, and then Wilbanks with it. They'll go back to Hickman. She'll bounce it into Quinn. Quinn through a double team, has it ripped away. Still loose, back to Wilbanks. 2 seconds. 1 second. She'll put it up at the free throw line. It's good at the buzzer. Wilbanks closes out the quarter with a 2 from the free throw line. We head to the final 8 minutes. Hicks leads Anacoco 34-27. It's the road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
The best steakhouse in Leesville, you may ask? Why, that would be the Wagon Master Steakhouse, of course. Cut fresh daily certified Angus beef sirloins, ribeyes, fillets, and so much more. Tender, juicy steaks, chicken, burgers, or even some fried fish. With all the selections on their kid menus, even the pickiest little cowpoke in your family will have their taste buds satisfied. Enjoy one of their many ice-cold draft beer selections. Watch the game while chowing down on one of their delicious appetizers like a tumbleweed or some bacon-wrapped shrimp. Open daily at 11 a.m. Sure hope to see y'all soon at Wagon Master Steakhouse in Leesville.
Hello, this is Sheriff Sam Kraft. The Vernon Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting and serving all citizens of Vernon Parish. Senior citizens need our protection and our watchful eyes. Adult taxpayers deserve law and order, and our youth need encouragement and support in order to succeed. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office will continue to work with area law enforcement agencies to provide a safe and wholesome environment for all of our families. We are proud to serve Vernon Parish and to call it home.
KVVP Leesville, DeRitter, Fort Polk, today's Country 105.7.
The Lady Indians win the third quarter. It was a good old-fashioned rock fight, 10-9 in the quarter. However, Jade Wilbanks put in a tough shot there right at the free throw line as the horn sounded. And Hicks leads it as we head to the final 8 minutes, 34-27. Jade with 16 points through 3 quarters, and she has the basketball here, guarded by Purcell. Purcell crowds her, makes her give it up for Fredu. Now Wilbanks gets it back. Flashing under is Addison on the baseline. She'll catch and shoot. A little mid-range jumper off the front iron, no good. Fredu had the rebound and had it ripped away by Purcell. Good job there by Sari. She's come in and made an impact. Stanley with the basketball now. D'Amico's three is short, and rebound by Wilbanks. And she hits the deck. And Purcell with the foul.
And that's her third.
So Wilbanks pulls herself off the floor and inbounds it to Hickman. 34-27. Lady Pirates have led wire to wire. Got off to a good start in the first quarter.
They got to get over past half court.
They'll get it to Fredu. And now Hickman with it, trying to get away from Davis and Stanley. She'll get it over to Wilbanks. Jade penetrates, kicks it over to Addison. Addison wasn't even thinking about a three there. She was just working some clock. They'll get it around to Hickman and now to Wilbanks. Purcell comes out to guard her. Now Stanley. They'll make her give it up. They'll skip it over to Quinn at the free throw line. She goes to work. Hyatt blocks it, but it's going to be last touched as Emma couldn't get the rebound and control it. But again, another block. She started to kind of settle in down there. Fredu will get it in with 6:42 to play in the ball game. 7-point lead for the Lady Pirates. Quinn, little free throw jumper, is short. And the rebound by Purcell. D'Amico with it now. Back to Stanley. Going to start getting some scores here on this end. Stanley, nice footwork and nice shot as she finally gets one to go off that back iron. Stanley into double figures. She walked her defender all the way down in. Again, we've gotten some stops. This hasn't come easy on the offensive end for Anacoco. Now they trail it 34-29. Nice save going out of bounds there from Addison. She'll get it back to Wilbanks. Davis comes up. They make her give it up to Hickman. Hickman kicks it over to Fredu. Back to Wilbanks. And we'll start to see how they make Jade give it up, make somebody else maybe attack and beat them. Purcell now guards. A near steal by Davis, and that's backcourt. Good job by Ava not to foul. And Jade kind of crowned that line too much there, and there'll be a turnover. So a couple of stops consecutively for Anacoco, and chance to cut into this 5-point Hicks lead. Ava looking to get it in. And Coach West didn't like what was transpiring there, so he'll take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 5:52 left in the ball game. 34-29. Hicks leads Anacoco. It's the road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Healthcare is so important. That's why choosing the right pharmacy is just as important as seeing the right doctor. You want someone who treats you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way Pharmacy right here in Leesville is just that place. Thrifty Way Pharmacy is locally owned and operated by a caring and knowledgeable staff that will treat you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way cares for our community. Come home. Come to Thrifty Way Pharmacy. Thrifty Way Health Mart, caring for you and about you. Thrifty Way, your hometown choice.
So Coach West calls the timeout just to avoid the turnover there. It'll be Anacoco basketball with 5:52 left in our ball game. Lady Pirates have led the whole way. They led 9-7 after one, 25-17 at the half, 34-27 heading into the fourth quarter, and they have the basketball. Must have been a turnover there.
It was a turnover.
Yeah, okay. So Katie Grace Quinn with it now, and again, another empty trip there for Anacoco as they got a couple stops in a row. Wilbanks gets it over to Fredu. She's chased around by Purcell. Stanley nearly soccer kicks it into the bleachers there. That would have gotten somebody down a couple rows under us.
And that's bad. You don't want to hit a little child.
No. And Wilbanks with it now. Stanley guards her and makes her operate. Coach West wanted to make her give it up and start the count here. And now a near steal and trying to save it off of D'Amico's Addison. And now a foul. And that's going to be Addison's fourth.
Yeah, we're going there. Definitely going to try to draw that last one.
Yeah, they're going to go at her, at least kind of pressure her here, possibly on defense. Again, one more, and she'll have to watch the rest of the game from the bench here. 34-29. Lady Pirates kind of hanging on for dear life here. Stanley with it. Into the front court she goes. To Purcell. Purcell with a lot of space. Hands it off to D'Amico, and we have a whistle And I guess that's going to be Hickman a little too handsy there, trying to poke it away.
That's her second.
Didn't see much there. Trying to maybe poke it from behind. 4:53 left in the game. They'll get it to Hyatt, guarded by Quinn. Nearly thought about dribbling there. She'll get it to Stanley. Maddie goes to work on Wilbanks. She's cut off. Nice defense down there. Hyatt's got Quinn sealed deep. Little turnaround shot rolls around and out. Stanley's rebound put back is no good, but it goes right back to D'Amico. Crowd wanted a foul. That was like kind of simultaneous. Free ball from Purcell off the front iron. Too strong. Right to Ava Davis. Davis over Quinn, no good. And Hicks dodges 3 or 4 bullets there as Quinn pulls down the rebound. Again, empty trip after a couple of good looks at it. And a timeout from the Lady Pirates bench. We will take it with them. 34-29, Hicks leads. It's a road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
So there was a timeout on the floor. Lady Pirates have it, and they have the lead. 34-29, 4:21 to play in our game here. It's been a good one so far. Lady Pirates have led from the jump. Sean Larken with you, Derrick Lee to my right. Michael back in studio. And boys game to follow. This one should be a good one as well. 2 top 5 teams in Class B going at it for the first of 2 in district play. Jade Wilbanks has it halfway through the 4th. In the backcourt, still some pressure here by Anacoco. Wilbanks gets it up to Hickman, and she'll get around a couple of defenders. Davis and Purcell. They'll get it to Quinn. Quinn gets it back to the senior Wilbanks. Wilbanks had a nice game, 16 points through 3 quarters. Nearly fouled there by Ava, trying to get out of a straitjacket. That one tipped around and still loose, and Hyatt gets it. That was a scramble there in the painted area, but Anacoco comes up with another stop. They need some buckets. Stanley going to work. Little crossover. She'll kick it out. Into the corner goes Purcell. Handoff to Davis. Ava guarded by Addison there. They'll get it back to Purcell. Hyatt calling for it down on the block. Good job by Quinn to deny her. Now Stanley goes to work on Wilbanks. Spins in. Shot up with the right hand is no good. Scramble for the loose ball. Ends up into the hands of Hyatt. Hyatt skips it over to Purcell. Purcell back to Davis. Davis trying to throw that one into the corner to Stanley, and it's tipped into the hands of Jade Wilbanks with 3:15 to play. Hicks has a 5-point lead, 34-29. Hickman back to Wilbanks. Here comes some pressure by Stanley and Purcell. They'll skip it over to Addison. Addison bounces it over to Hickman. She sees 3 white jerseys, splits a double, gets it over to Wilbanks. Stanley with the reach-in foul. Stanley's second, so no worry there for Coach West, but the worry is that the clock's starting to become a factor here, 2:52, and Hicks has done a pretty good job of kind of playing keep away, and with that, Coach West takes timeout. Take a 30-second break. 34-29, 2:52 to play. It's a road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lula Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Back here in Anacoco, where Hicks is clinging to a 34-29 lead. I feel like they've been kind of hanging on for dear life. Anacoco just unable to kind of take advantage when they get the basketball.
I mean, it's only been 2 points scored in this whole quarter, and we have 3 minutes left.
Exactly, and I feel like Anacoco's had way more shots at it.
Well, definitely.
There was a trip down where they had 4 opportunities. Again, keeping Hicks, honestly, just kind of keeping it away here, and they've done a good job. As it'll be Wilbanks with it now. She sees the double. She'll get it over to Fredu. Fredu bounces it over to Hickman. Hickman to Addison.
And I love that even though they're not.
Hickman has it ripped away. I think Davis might have deflected it. And then Hickman gets the foul. I think that was a foul or a timeout. I think it was a timeout. I don't think they called the foul.
Yeah, that was a full timeout.
Yeah, we'll keep it right here. Look, there's been, you said a 2-point scored, and it was by Stanley at the free throw line, I believe. So we haven't even had a field goal. But we've had opportunities, and if you're Anacoco, you gotta do something at this point. You gotta be pleased with your defense. Because, again, you haven't allowed any points. Problem is you haven't put it in the basket. So,
but the thing is, I don't think Hicks is trying to score. They're just trying to play keep away.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Look, we're 2 minutes, 31 seconds left, and the game's over. As long as they don't outscore you the rest of the way by 6, you're going to win the game. And like I said, it's probably going to come down to making free throws if you're the Lady Pirates. Because, again, they've done a great job of playing keep away. They haven't really tried to shoot the basketball much. The only problem with that is you don't want to go stagnant. You want to kind of keep the pressure on, but they really have done that on the other end, just surviving, getting rebounds after a couple of chances at it. But if you're Anacoco, you got to start putting it in the basket here. As out of the timeout, it'll be Davis.
The thing about Anacoco is their bench is so deep, they can waste players to get fouled.
Yeah, if they want to start playing that game. But we'll see. 2:26 playing the ball game. Maddie Stanley with it. Procell now on the handoff. D'Amico cuts to the basket, puts it up, and off the window and in. D'Amico's first points of the evening. You're right, Derrick. And now it is a 3-point game. We'll see what happens here with the pressure applied. Hickman with it. She'll get it over to Fredu.
Now with that basket, this is a one-possession game.
2 minutes left. A near steal. They'll get it to Quinn on the baseline. Spin move is blocked. She gets her own rebound. Tries to dribble through a triple team, and a whistle comes. She's fouled. Good job by Quinn to stay with it and just go through the contact. That is going to be Purcell's fourth.
And she picked up her fouls real quick. And a little wet spot. That's
so now, Katie Grace Quinn, I guess they're not going to call that in the act of shooting. So it'll be from the baseline. Wilbanks will trigger it in. I was going to say, Quinn's going to have to make some free throws here. Wilbanks still looking, can't find anybody. She'll bounce it down, and Hickman puts it in off the window. But before she does, timeout Hicks. Yeah, look, we'll keep it right here. If they'd let that play go for about a half a second.
Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah, it was either going to be 5. They got it to Hickman finally on the inbound. Would have been 2 later. It would have been another turnover. So, yeah, now, look again. You played keep away for the majority of the quarter. There's 1 minute, 58 seconds to play. It's a 3-point lead here for the Lady Pirates. And they're going to have the basketball. But, look, I think now it's
time to actually put some.
Yeah, it's time to start trying to get points because the turnover here. And
we can hold the ball game.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens. The 5 on the floor. Little Lady Indians, D'Amico, Hyatt, Stanley, Purcell, and Davis. It's going to be Wilbanks under the basket, Quinn, Hickman, Fredu, and Addison. So here we go. And that'll be a throwaway. That's not on the same page where Hickman and Wilbanks. Wilbanks is looking for it to go to the right near us. She went towards the top of the key. So a turnover, and let's see what Anacoco does with it here. Hicks just trying to survive. Maddie Stanley with it, guarded by Fredu. Trying to get around her, she does. All the way into the front court, and we have a whistle. Just too much body contact there from Perry. Just our second foul, though. I believe we're, as I say, still not into the bonus. 1:53 to play, and Davis will look to get it in.
There's a wild pass.
And D'Amico saves it. That was a near turnover, and she is in trouble here, and Coach West will take a timeout. This one started to get a little frantic here, Derrick.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
not sure how many timeouts Coach got left. He used 3 of them.
Yeah, hopefully not many, because again, it's getting to the point here where we've got to, you can't call them if you have issues getting the ball inbounded, and it's a near turnover. D'Amico saved it over near midcourt, but she was running out of real estate there, and she had to fight for her life to stay in bounds.
And if I'm not mistaken, if I read the ref signal wrong, Anacoco has 0 timeouts.
Yeah, I think he said none left. I think
they have 2.
Yeah, I think I thought that's what I'd heard too, but
so this one,
I tell you what, we'll know.
Yeah.
If he doesn't call another one, he doesn't have any more. So it'll be D'Amico to bring it out from the side. Purcell on the floor still. Stanley Hyatt and Davis, and it's Davis that pops out to get it near us in the corner. 1:50 to play. Long skip pass over the Procel, back to Stanley. Crossover dribble. They'll penetrate, kick out. This for the tie from Procel. That one too long, and Wilbanks right there for the rebound. That would have tied it. Good look there, and up ahead to Hickman. Hickman goes through, and she's fouled. Can't finish, but she'll head to the free throw line, and Davis picks up her fourth. And
with that, D'Amico, Davis, and Purcell all have 4 fouls for Anacoco.
So Hayden Hickman will be at the free throw line here to try to make this a 2-possession game. And off the front iron and the back and out. So it must be this goal here because we've seen some tricky bounces on this end of the floor to our left. And Hickman goes 1 of 2, and she does make it a 2-possession game. Her first point of the night. Davis into the front court, and what a screen there. Somebody's got to help your teammate. Free ball from Davis doesn't go. Wilbanks had the rebound ripped away, and it'll stay with Anacoco, but that was a vicious screen. And look, if you're Perry, your teammate's got to tell you that's coming because that was Procel over there. She was in position for a long time. There was nothing bad about it except the collision. It wasn't a, hard illegal play off the screen and roll. They get it to Hyatt here. Hyatt spins in, shot up no good. She gets the rebound, trying to rip it away, and somehow
Quinn, it has a travel.
Yeah, so it was Katie Grace that ripped it away, and she hits the deck, and that'll be a turnover. 1:12 to play. It's a 4-point game, 35-31. So Davis will trigger it in to D'Amico, who nearly loses it. Now regathers. They'll skip it over to the corner. Purcell catch and shoot 3. That one up and in off the bounce. And it's a 1-point game. Purcell gets it to go off the front iron and jump straight up and in. Under a minute to play, 35-34. Katie Grace Quinn is blocked out of bounds. Last touch by Hyatt. Good block there as Quinn tried to take her baseline. And it felt like he just kept waiting on the big shot for Anacoco. And Purcell almost didn't get it, but it hit the front iron, went straight up and in. So on the inbound, they'll get it to Wilbanks. 50 seconds to play. It's 35-34, and Davis is done as she fouls Jade. She'll head to the bench for the rest of the night, and Riley Drawn will check in. So now it'll be the senior, Jade Wilbanks, to
try to ice this game and make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, at least keep it at a 1 possession, and the first free throw rattles out, no good. You still have 1 more to make it a 2-point game. 48.6 to play. Wilbanks has had a great night, 16 points. Hadn't scored here in the 4th. Big free throw coming here to make it a 2-point game. Leaves that one short. Rebound by Stanley. Anacoco can take the lead for the first time all night with a basket here. Stanley looks up at the clock. And again, no timeouts, I don't think, for Anacoco either. Stanley walking her defender down. They'll get it to Drawn. Drawn to Hyatt. Hyatt back to the basket, inside out to Stanley. Stanley penetrates in. Shot up, no good. Scrambled for the loose ball. Wilbanks comes out of there with it, and a foul. And Jade Wilbanks led back to the free throw line.
And that will be
Drawn's first. Again, a decent look there. And then almost a near putback, but scrambling down there was Wilbanks, and she came up with it, and she'll stroll to the free throw line. She just missed a couple. Again, she overcorrected on the second one, was well short. And that one is good. Wilbanks with 17. 36-34 now, the lead for Hicks. Jade misses the second. Rebound to Addison. Had it poked away, but right back to Wilbanks. 2-point lead, 35 seconds to play. And there's another foul, and this time it's Purcell, and that's her fifth.
And she is gone.
Trying to scramble and get the steal. And Kaye will hop off the bench. Purcell hit the 3 to
Bringing it within
Get
one.
into a 1-point game, and now Fredu at the line. This is the second player to foul out for the Lady Indians. Fredu's first free throw is good. It's a 3-point game. 7 points in the game for Perry. She'll have one more. It's a big free throw here.
Anacoco does not have any timeout, so if they make it, they're going to have to go quick. And that's a lane violation.
So that one did go, but the lane violation wipes it out. So a big play keeps it a one-possession game.
21 seconds.
21.3 to play in the ball game. 37-34. Hicks hanging on for dear life, drawn into the front court. See what Anacoco does here. They'll get it to Kaye. Kaye with it, back to the basket.
9 seconds.
D'Amico with it.
They need a 3.
8 seconds. Kaye with it now. Step back. Shot up. It's good. It's a 2. It's a 2.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and the referees are calling it a 2.
That's a 2, and Hicks wins.
Timeout. We've got chaos everywhere. There was still time left on the clock.
There was like 2.7 seconds left.
Yeah, hold on. Hold everything. That is a 2 on the step back by Kaye.
Yeah.
Tough shot.
Okay, let's record that for the books. And that's game. And they call it.
And somehow
Hicks stands tall.
they survive on the slimmest of margins as Kaye shot just inside the three-point line. Hicks gets the road win, 37-36. Again, I didn't know if they were going to leave time on. But the Lady Pirates led wire to wire. It was a 1-point game for a couple of times there in the quarter, and it finishes 37-36. Lady Pirates, they win their second straight in district play. And this one by the slimmest of margin and maybe the smallest defeat there as Kaye stepped back. That was a tough shot.
It was.
And, again, everybody in the stands thought that it was a 3, but we could even see right here that, we can't see the three-point line, but we could see her.
Yeah,
so
it was definitely inside the arc.
inside the arc, so no, hijinks there by the referees. Good call. I think there was just so much chaos there.
They had to make sure they verify it.
Yeah, good job with the scorers table. So we'll catch our breaths. That one ended as frantically as it could. 37-36. Lady Pirates win. We'll take a break, sort out the chaos, and come back with the final thoughts, and then we will set the stage for the boys' game, which should be a doozy. Again, Lady Pirates win game 1. It's the road to the championships on today's Country 105.7.
Dale Peterson, pharmacist, and the staff at Rosepine Family Pharmacy are proud supporters of the Road to the Championships. Rosepine Family Pharmacy knows that the combination of academics and athletics help young people become well-adjusted citizens. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call 337-462-0177. Serving the community since 1985, choose your hometown pharmacy to fill your prescription needs.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
Jackson Hewitt makes taxes feel like a yacht rock song.
Please, give me my biggest tax refund, please. You, me, and a lifetime accuracy guarantee.
And now get $100 just to try Jackson Hewitt. Does your tax person do that?
Say goodbye to that no guarantee tax guy.
Ready to sail through tax season? Go to Jackson Hewitt and you'll be limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Answer the call. Become an EMT in 12 weeks. Acadian Ambulance and the National EMS Academy are looking for dedicated people just like you to join their upcoming EMT class. With convenient hybrid training, you can become a certified medic and start saving lives. EMT positions are open right here in central Louisiana and across our 4-state service area. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. Seats are limited, so don't wait. Visit becomeamedic.com to get started. That's becomeamedic.com.
Where can you find gas, groceries, hardware, and feed? Anacoco Mercantile. That's where. Hungry for some delicious home cooking? Grab a fabulous plate lunch served Monday through Friday. Call today to see what's on the menu. 337-238-0611. Or grab a tasty Hunts Brothers pizza. Anacoco Mercantile is a proud supporter of Anacoco High School Athletics. Come visit them at 1678 Front Street, Anacoco. Go Indians!
Cecil's Cajun Kitchen in downtown DeRidder is the place to go for seafood, steaks, and good Cajun favorites. With one of the many TVs placed all around the restaurant, you'll be sure to catch your favorite sports while enjoying drink specials to go with fried gator bites or boudin balls. Follow that with a fresh-cut certified Angus steak or some fish tacos. Lots of selections for even the pickiest little eater in your crew. Then your crew can finish up with some fresh beignets. You can even party it up on the patio on Friday and Saturday nights with live music. Cecil's Cajun Kitchen, always ready to help you have a good time.
Hello, this is Sheriff Sam Kraft. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting and serving all citizens of Vernon Parish. Senior citizens need our protection and our watchful eyes. Adult taxpayers deserve law and order, and our youth need encouragement and support in order to succeed. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office will continue to work with area law enforcement agencies to provide a safe and wholesome environment for all of our families. We are proud to serve Vernon Parish and to call it home.
Healthcare is so important. That's why choosing the right pharmacy is just as important as seeing the right doctor. You want someone who treats you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way Pharmacy right here in Leesville is just that place. Thrifty Way Pharmacy is locally owned and operated by a caring and knowledgeable staff that will treat you and your family just like family. Thrifty Way cares for our community. Come home. Come to Thrifty Way Pharmacy. Thrifty Way Health Mart, caring for you and about you. Thrifty Way, your hometown choice.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lewis Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Back here at Anacoco, where the Hicks Lady Pirates survive. They hang on for dear life and win the first game here of the night, 37-36. They scored 3 points in the fourth quarter, Derrick, but all they needed to do was score one.
And all of them were field goals. Free throws.
Oh, that's it. They did not make a field goal in the fourth. They lost the quarter 9-3. They were leading going into the fourth by 7, 34-27, but they hang on for dear life and get it done. Again, the final shot of the game, kind of a wild sequence, everybody kind of scrambling around. Kylie Kaye got a good look on a step back, but she needed 3, and it was ruled a 2, which was the right call. We couldn't see her foot behind the arc over here from our angle, and everybody in the stands, half of them thought it was a 3, half of them thought it was a 2. The clock expired, and somehow Hicks was able to hang on, not making a field goal. Again, first half of the quarter, they really weren't trying. And then when it got down to it, they just did just enough, knocked down a couple of free throws. Again, not able to make it a 2-possession game to stretch. And Anacoco's final chance came up just a few feet short of tying it and sending it to overtime. But, again, congrats to the Lady Pirates. I think they played their best game of the year last week, and then they come in here just kind of get it done, just kind of piece it together. For Anacoco, we talked about it off air right before we came back on. I mean, if you're Anacoco, you just look at all the missed opportunities, missed shots on second chance points. You do that, you win this game probably by double digits. And look, fouls, clean up the fouls. And like I said, you'll have to go try to get it at their place next time out. But look, if you just clean up the shots under the rim, you win this game probably by double digits, but you got to credit Hicks for just hanging in there, giving up the size and still fighting and just doing enough. And that's all they need to do is you got to score 1 point more than your opponent. So they improved to 9-17. Lady Indians dropped 14-11. And again, Lady Pirates picking up a couple wins in a row there in district as their next opponent. It won't get any easier for them. They'll play the Pitkin Lady Tigers at home on Friday. So, again, they got to take this momentum and into the next game, and it'll be against a tough opponent. Again, this district is loaded. So, Pitkin right now, if you haven't heard, they are down at Fairview right now. I don't think I can get an update from there because they don't have service in that gym. So, that'll be the first of two between those two teams, number 1 and number 3 in Class B. Point totals, Jade Wilbanks leading the way again. She had 17 points to lead all scorers, 9 points from Katie Grace Quinn, 7 points from Perry Fradu, 1 apiece from Cadence Hickman and Cortland Ducey, 2 points from Abby Addison. As for the Lady Indians, Maddie Stanley with 10 points, 6 apiece from Emma Hyatt and Sherry Procell, 5 points from Ava Davis, 3 points from Riley Goins off the bench. Kylie Kaye hit that shot there at the end for 2 points. 2 points apiece from Emily D'Amico and Riley Drawn as well. So,